The Igbo coup, 15th January 1966. Another lies was labeled against the Igbos. So this is what happened. A set of military officers, senior military officers in Nigeria, about 21 of them, sat together, negotiated, had several meetings together, concluded in their reasoning that the current government were full of corruption, and the way they are running about the affairs of Nigeria will bring total disruptions, and the government is not getting it right. So it is their time, or their way of looking into it, that all they have to do is to overthrow the government through coup. Remember, these are young military and vibrant officers. Yes, we do understand that the leader of these military officers, all right, the leader of these military officers, Major Nzogu, which is Major Cardinal Nzogu, is their leader, all right, and he's the one that sees the affairs of this coup. So somebody, as a military officer, one top officer has to lead, and the rest will follow, and that was the agreement. I will give you the names of all the officers, of all the 21 officers. This is the lies that the Nigerian government refused to let you understand, because they remove what they call history in Nigerian government. And what they keep telling the Igbos is forget, let us forget about that, move forward. How will you go about and tell the people that are in pain, people that you have inflicted pains on, people that you have done and attracted things on, to tell them to forget about their past? It is up to them as Igbo to forget, or to forgive and forget, and not you to tell them. Because at that point, you have no right, you have no any right to tell Igbo to forgive or to forget what you did to them. Okay, let's move on. These are the 21 military officers that did the coup. Major Cardinal Nzogu from Asaba, Niger Delta State. Okay. Major Emmanuel Ifajuna, Chris Anoforo, Timothy Nwatuegu, and Humphrey Chukwuka. All these are majors. Okay, these are majors in the Nigerian army. And also John Okafor is also one of the majors. Now let's go to the captains, all right, that were involved in the military coup as of January 15th, 1966. Ben Uriah, Emmanuel Mwobosi, and Okwe Oji. These are the captains. All right, these are captains. Then we have another major from the southwest, who is a Yoruba man, Adewale Ademoyegun, Captain Chi Adelekun, so Adeleke, Fola Oyawole. These are Yoruba officers, and they are majors and they are captains. Let's go to the lieutenants that also were involved in this. Lieutenant Al Ekiku is from Edo State, all right, from Ishan precisely. We have a Tijani Castina. He's an Hausa man, precisely an Hausa Fulani man, okay? Then we have Lieutenant Ola Femi O. And we have a Captain Gibson Jallo from Middle Belt. We have Lieutenant Hope Harris Ijaga. Is an Orobo man. All right, these are the things that the government refused to let you know when it comes to history. They didn't want to tell you the truth so that they can label the lies on the Igbo. The Igbo were there to better the life of Nigeria and to reform Nigeria the way the British planned Nigeria, so that you and I, people in Nigeria, your children can be able to live well. But because of the sycophants in the past leaders, the sycophants, the table, the circumference, the table that was the document that was submitted to them, that kept you people in this perpetuated darkness, that makes a lot of you not to understand that one Nigeria is not the way forward, but rather it sinks your life and it makes you to be in disarray. Let's go because we've not finished. They have a Lieutenant Jack Waribo, Sani German. They have Second Lieutenant Sales Jabo, and also Lieutenant John, Second Lieutenant John Atogara. So these are Nigerians as of that time. These are from Major up to Captain, to Lieutenant, and to Second Lieutenant. Okay? These are the people that sat down together and reasoned together and found out the lapses that the House of Rep and the Representative are not governing the country the way it ought to go. And they felt that the only option they had to take on to restore Nigeria as of that time is by committing coup. And the corruption were in so high, corruption was in top G at that point. So everybody that was taken out from that coup were all corrupted people. But what happened? They turned the table around and said it only favors the Igbos. Were the Igbos corrupt? Answer that question. Will you go and X anybody that is not corrupt? These are militaries. They've all mapped their plans, and they knew people that are corrupt and the doors that were corrupt. So they decided to deal with that doors. But what was your answer? Because you will decide to remain in poverty, because you've decided to remain in perpetual darkness, because you've decided to stay in your one Nigeria and with the documents that was served to you as under your slave masters, not to be able to understand the other way around. Now, tell me which government hospital is still working 100% in Nigeria. Tell me which primary school, government primary school, secondary school is still working perfectly in Nigeria. Tell me which polytechnic and which university is actually functioning 100% without nonsense handouts and bribe and corruption and all those stuff that was done in past, that the military officers saw ahead of you trying to deal with those conditions. Your fathers declared and said no, that is Igbo coup. Have you now seen that they lied to you? That's why I told you that if they want to hide anything from a black man, they put it in the book, especially when it comes to the black Africans. They put the document in the book because they know that that place you don't read. You don't even want to read. You don't even want to think. You don't even want to figure yourself out. You don't want to negotiate yourself out of your perpetual darkness. Do you understand? So, it was not an Igbo coup. It was a military coup to save Nigeria as a nation. But today, they labeled it Igbo coup. And how far? How market? How is the country today? Is it still an Igbo country? I'll see you again.